That is crazy. The old man now. LeBron has scored almost 30 points per game against the Cavs, second most by any player versus a former team in NBA history, behind only KD's 32 against OKC. LeBron James is 17-2 in the games he plays against the Cavs, and one of those losses came earlier this season in LA. For more on LeBron's return to Cleveland, we now welcome in Lakers reporter Dave McMenamin. Dave, this is LeBron's 10th game in Cleveland as a visitor, his third as a Laker. What is his mindset as he returns to his hometown?
Richard, he cherishes these moments. He's 3-0 at this arena since joining the Lakers, including one of the all-time great LeBron moments during the pandemic season when a Cavs executive kind of cheered for him missing a shot at the end of the third quarter. He went nuts in the fourth, ended up with 46 points for the game. He always gets tuned up for this matchup, and Akron, of course, is about 45 minutes down the road. He told me in D.C. the other night that he's going to have friends and family in the arena. And, you know, the unspoken thing here, Richard, is that we're probably less than a handful of these games left in his career. So there's going to be even more, of a special atmosphere for LeBron as he considers how few of these chances he has left.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of talk about how quality this Cavaliers team is. This is probably the best team that he has faced since he has left. So LeBron is back again. Brian, you have covered just about every one of his returns. Why do you feel like this trip is different?
The Cavs have been awful whenever they've not had LeBron for 25 years, okay? The last time they made the playoffs without LeBron James was in 1998. I think you were taking Sociology 101 at Arizona back then, Richard. And he's just clearly been on better teams. So even last year, Cavs fans were believing that maybe if LeBron didn't extend with the Lakers, that he would come back for a third time in the summer of 2023. And it wasn't until the Donovan Mitchell trade and the LeBron James extension that dream really ended. And so the Cavs fans have moved on, and the Cavs organization has moved on, and which is why not only do they actually have a chance against LeBron this season, which they haven't had for so many times when they played him in the past, but they also have a chance to make that playoff, and that is symbolic. And I know that they're third in the East, and as the season goes along, there's going to be like, oh, will the Cavs finish third or finish fifth, or can they get to second? This is a team that hasn't won a playoff series without LeBron since 1993 and hasn't made it to the playoffs without him since 1998. This is a completely foreign territory, and I think you saw it in the way the Cavs played against the Lakers a few weeks ago. Now you've got a much improved Laker team and a Cavs team that's the healthiest they've been in a couple of weeks. And this is a real game tonight that's not about nostalgia. It's about what's happening right now.
Yeah, and hopefully that recent, the recent basketball that they've been playing will be motivation, meaning last year we talked about the Cavs sort of overperforming. They were top 2 at one point, trickled down to top 4, and then, looked at, towards the end of the season not really being so much as a contender, but now they realize they've added, pieces, and those pieces have worked out really well. Like the Cavs, first of all, are expected to win, and also not only win, like speaking versus LeBron, but like we have great expectations of this team for the first time in a long time because they have truly balanced basketball. I mean, speaking of who you're looking at, Kevin Love has looked amazing so far this season. Garland and Mitchell have really teamed up well in a way that people had questions starting the season. How will this backcourt work? Well, guess what? When we talk about 1-2 punches, like one person going off for 50 one night or 40 and another person doing it, like that's hard to keep defenses honest when you have that type of depth at the point guard position. So yeah, I think this is a fun matchup, not only for nostalgia for LeBron James returning home, but also for Cavs to try to end, like these types of games are the ones you look back on and say, hey, everyone's here for this reason, but let's show people that we are here to stay. And I think that's the brand of Cleveland Cavaliers basketball that Richard Jefferson.
Yeah, okay. That.
Look, it's almost 2023. And to Brian's point, since 2003 until last season, the Cavs were completely defined by LeBron James. His presence, his absence, his potential return. Last season was the first time, and Darius Garland talked about this in January 11 months ago, that the Cavs began to form an identity absent LeBron James. And that's only accelerated this year, and obviously that's healthy for the franchise. That's the Cavs. For the Lakers, look, they're 8-2 in their last 10 games. Their schedule's been pretty soft. Anthony Davis is playing sensational. This is the beginning of a stretch of games that really started with the Milwaukee game last weekend, I guess, where it's Cleveland, Philly, Toronto, Boston, Denver, leading up to that December 5th date when it's easier to trade players. We're about to learn a lot about the present day Los Angeles Lakers, so we can make this game about nostalgia if we want, but the Cavs have moved on, and the next 10 to 12 games for the Lakers are really, really important in determining the course of their season.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.